Welcome back to The Right Gun. If you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Help me grow this channel and the community. Well, today we're going to be doing a little bit different video. I don't do this much, but we are going to take somebody's video and we are going to break it down and look at it. Specifically, it's a video from TFBTV. All right, so I'm going to do something that I don't normally do to save you from watching the video. If I've gotten you this far, I'm going to give you the bottom line up front. So this guy was running a Glock 19 Gen 4. Glock 19's Gen 4s go for about $500. With everything that he has on this thing, you're seeing it right here, it is about $2,600. So this guy's former SF, he was running this Glock. Everybody thought it was cool. They bought out everything. You can't find some of the smaller parts here, like the compensator, like the bros, like the fluted barrel. Now the SRO and the Surfire, yeah, you can get that. They're bigger companies. But James Reeves influenced everybody to go buy these things. That's pretty cool. Glad he was driving business towards these companies. That's the bottom line of this video right there. If you know anything about TFBTV and James Reeves, you will know that he is a big Glock guy. So he went to Austria, spent some time in Austria, and was shooting guns with a gentleman named Jimmy from Black Trident. Jimmy was looks to be a 10th group guy and former Sakir operator. If you're familiar with any of that language, if you were in the military, then you know what I'm talking about. But Jimmy was running a Gen 4 Glock 19 that was decked out. I mean, this thing was so cool, it was almost on the borderline ridiculous. Don't know what he would use it for over there. Don't know what type of contracting he does, but he said it was a tactical duty gun, and the thing was awesome. So I have my trusty Gen 3 Glock 19 here. As you can see, not even the sights have been changed. So this is your standard Glock 19. Again, if you're watching this, you probably already know what a Glock 19 looks like. Sorry about the blur from the portrait blur, but that's what you get. So standard Gen 3 Glock 19 right there. Now take a look at Jimmy's Glock 19, which we're going to put up right here. This thing is crazy. So we're going to go over how he tricked this out. We're going to play the video in the entirety. Only took a 60-second chunk of it because I was afraid of copyright, but all credit to TFBTV. And then we're going to go over it slowly, looking at every piece of equipment that he listed, and some of them that are in some of the smaller, or made by some of the smaller companies. The items that he mentioned are bought out. And so when I mean bought out, I mean bought out from the smaller companies, so specifically the JagerWorks Bros, the CNC fluted barrel, and the Zev compensator, which we're going to look at. You can't find these anymore. Everybody has rushed to the sites to buy them. And that's what this video is going to focus on, is those pieces of equipment, but also my amazement by TFBTV, which again, all credit to them. They got a great thing going. They are an awesome channel. Everybody loves them. But for one man to do this interview, which was a great interview, it was a good video series, but to drive that sort of business to these smaller companies is just awesome. I was amazed. So we're going to break this down. We're going to look at what's on this gun, and then we're going to discuss a little bit about how these millions of views have really, that's why he's called an influencer, but has pushed that business to those people, and that's just awesome.
So the base gun is a Glock 19 Gen 4. The different things that are on it, we have a Zev compensator on it. It's a CMC fluted barrel. It's running with the Trijicon SRO in combination with the JagerWorks Bros. It also has a Surfire X400 on it as well. That's basically the light combo with the laser. It does have a Zev mag release, a Zev magwell. There is a Ghost trigger bar in it and a Ghost extended slide release. There's really not a special trigger in it. It's pretty standard overall. There's not a aftermarket stippling job. So I'm trying to use it in a more of a tactical application. So I got what I got, and I'm trying to make the best with it. I do use this as a duty gun. I'm not trying to conceal this gun. This is an outside of the waistband duty. I mean, we're talking retention on the holster, full send type gun. The most recent thing is the JagerWorks SRO cover from the Bros. What I really like about this, it just makes it more robust and you can get more rough with it. And it's just kind of like the send it level goes up a little bit, the lever. It is running in combination with suppressor sights. It is a threaded barrel. So if you want to go the suppressor route, you can do that.
All right, so his Glock 19 nowhere near what this thing is. Okay, this thing is standard bare bones. His is completely tricked out. But what we're going to do is look at each of the pieces that he talked about. Now, first we'll start with the Trijicon SRO. I don't have one of those yet. Maybe going to buy it, maybe not. Was not a fan until I picked one up. So I went to the Glock Armorer's course. Some of the law enforcement sales reps were there. They had Glock 45s with an SRO on there. When I picked it up, I immediately got it. I immediately understood. This thing is like going from a tube television to a 100+ inch flat screen TV. There is a night and day difference. You have a wide field of vision. Once you pick up an SRO, the ridiculous looks go away and you understand the functionality. Complementing the SRO is the Bros from JagerWorks, the Battle Ready Optics System. This thing is $60. You cannot find it anymore. So, like I said, that's one of the interesting parts of this video with millions of views. You have something that maybe has a very, very niche market. Again, somebody mentions it, somebody with clout mentions it. I mean, there's a reason they have the name or term influencer, and that's what James Reeves did. He influenced people to go and buy this thing. Not saying it's not a good product, not saying that if I had an SRO I wouldn't get one because it looks like this thing really would protect it, but man, you could find them at first. Now, about a month or two after this video, you can't find them anywhere. Next, we're going to go with the barrel, the CMC threaded barrel. The bronze one is the one that you had in the video. It is completely out. You can get the stainless or the black, but again, as you can see, completely out. Now for the ZEV V2 Pro compensator for Gens 1 through 4. Now I do have the Radian Ramjet on my Glock 45. The thing is awesome. Really would like to see how this thing runs, but as you can see, it is completely out of stock. I've been watching this for about 60, 90 days, and it's been out of stock, I believe, for that whole time. Again, you know, this thing just makes the gun look ridiculous. Really adds something cool to the business end of that Glock 19. But as you can see, out of stock. All right, next we have the Surfire X400. As you can see by the price tag, this really ups the game on your rig when you put this on here. So, you know, coming in at between $700 and $800, you know, this is not a cheap piece of equipment. But you can still find this in stock, just like the Trijicon SRO. Trijicon and Surfire are larger companies, so you would expect that. My point was, it was some of the smaller companies, you know, that you can't find some of these things that they mention here, because I don't think they have the supply available. Now, he does say no major upgrades have been made to the trigger, or nothing exciting, I think is what he said. But he does mention a ghost, I think his exact words are trigger bar, but I think he's talking about the connector, so we'll just assume that. So you're looking at between, you know, $12 and $20 for that, so we'll just say $20 on the outside of that, because he didn't really say which one was in there, but included a screenshot of that as well. He also mentions a ghost slide release, and that is about 16, so we'll say $20 and some change. Okay, so now that we're at the end of the video, you take the suppressor height sights, you put it on there, that adds another $100. So he has basically taken this Glock 19 and turned it into this. Now, I'm not hating on anybody, I'm not dunking on anybody. I would love to run this gun. I would love to be able to afford everything on this gun, because I'll bet this thing is a blast to shoot. I'll bet it runs super fast. It would be great to run it in a competition or through like a USPA target, or, you know, something in 3-gun. It would be super fun to do that. My point was that TFBTV was able to drive so much business with this video to these small companies that they have basically run out of the stock of everything that Jimmy had on his Glock 19. I just found that fascinating in our weird little world of gun tubing. I just wanted to point that out. I don't know if anybody else had looked at that or noticed that, but me. Just wanted to create this video. So again, to all of those companies, I'm glad that somebody was an advocate for you, driving business to you guys, because most all of you are, I think every single one is made in the USA. So, you know, hats off to you on that. It was just something I noticed, something I was watching, and, you know, didn't want to impulse buy anything, but, you know, looks like I snooze, I lose. Can't get any of that stuff yet until they start producing it again. So again, not hating on anybody, just pointing out that, you know, one person really drove an industry, or at least in this small facet, drove a bunch of people to buy something. I don't think that they would, and maybe they would normally buy it, but I don't think they would buy it at the frequency or the numbers to deplete everybody's stock. So with that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it interesting. Like, subscribe, and share. Please comment. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. But like, subscribe, share, and commenting will really get this video out there. So appreciate the comments. Thank you much.